What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. Premiering on Showtime this Sunday is the new miniseries Escape at what's the name again? Escape at Dannemora. My bad. For some reason I forgot the last part, but anyway. Now the show, besides it starring the likes of Benicio del Toro, Paul Dano, and Penelope Ann Miller, the miniseries is also directed by probably one of my favorite comedic actors, Ben Stiller. So I decided to do a top 10 list of my 10 favorite Ben Stiller movies because I simply love that guy. I always been a big fan of Ben Stiller, and he's been in loads of stuff that I've enjoyed over the years. So, with that being said, here's my top 10 list. Okay. Coming in at number 10 will be this 2012 comedy called The Watch. Now, I recently did my 10 favorite Jonah Hill movies, and The Watch also ended up in that list. The Watch is a really funny movie. It starred Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Jonah Hill, and Richard Iodi. I think that's his last name. But yeah, this movie is a really funny film where for a neighborhood watch, decides to watch the neighborhood, and then because one of Ben Stiller's friends in the movie gets killed by an alien, so that's who they're trying mainly watching for, and it's really funny. I really dug the chemistry between the four leads. Ben Stiller was, of course, funny. He even had Will Forte. He stole some funny scenes. It's a really good comedy. I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, definitely give it a go. Now, it didn't really get a whole lot of buzz when it got released, but it's actually much better than the critics make out to be. Alright. Coming in at number 9 is Tower Heist. Now, this, of course, starred Ben Stiller with Eddie Murphy. That was a dream come true. I mean, Ben Stiller and Eddie Murphy, who knew that comedy duo could work so well, but it worked well. You even had Alan Alda, who's a good actor, but man, his character was not likable at all. You even had Casey Affleck. He was pretty funny. Matthew Broderick. This was a pretty good heist movie. Now, I recently did my 10 favorite heist movies, and Tower Heist ended up in that list. For good measures. It's a really funny film. I mean, they're pretty much trying to steal money from Arthur Shaw, played by Alan Alda. And I gotta say, Alan Alda character, I kind of already said this, but his character was a prick, so that's definitely a factor here. But if you guys still haven't had a chance to watch Tower Heist, give it a go. And the fun fact, there's like a Thanksgiving Day parade in the movie. That's actually the same parade I went to. So the parade I went to that year is actually in the movie. So I'm not in it, of course, but because I wasn't around that area. But that was pretty funny to say. All right, coming in at number 8 will be Madagascar, which is, of course, the DreamWorks animation film, and it featured the voice of Ben Stiller as Alex the Lion. You even have the likes of Chris Rock, J. Pinkett Smith, Cedric the Entertainer, David Schwimmer. This is a really funny film. I mean, it's also from DreamWorks, and they always make some good stuff. Now, of course, Ben Stiller returned for part 2 and 3. Been hearing words about fourth one, but God knows if that's ever gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, this is a really funny movie. It's really cute. The dialogue in this movie worked well. Yeah, the characters, was pretty good. I really like the animation. Such a good one. This is a really good franchise, and I'm down to see a fourth one if that ever goes through. All right, coming in at number 7 is Night at the Museum. Night at the Museum is really fun. I mean, you got the late great Robert Williams as Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, come on, also a movie about a museum that comes to life at night. That's such a cool and original concept. It's really fun. It's funny. Ben Stiller was pretty good. I also dug part 2, but like I said, my favorite out of the bunch will probably be the third one, especially at the end. With this might be a little bit spoiler for Night Museum 3, but the scene at the end, because Night Museum 3 was one of Robert Williams's last films before he passed. So there's a scene where his Theodore Roosevelt character is waving to the camera. That scene will literally make you cry because it's kind of like Robert Williams is saying goodbye to the world and stuff. That scene, like if you watch Night at the Museum 3, you're gonna want some tissue, especially for that scene alone. Like I mean, I literally teared up a little when I saw that, and I barely cry in movies. But yeah, I mean, I really dug the Night at the Museum films. Also, it had Mickey Rooney and Dick Van Dyke in this. Some legends. That's pretty cool to see. And I gotta say, I'd be down to see a fourth one. Would just be not the same without Robert Williams, to be honest with you. Alright. Coming in at number 6 will be Dodgeball. Ben Stiller, he kind of played the villain in this. I love Ben Stiller in Dodgeball. Dodgeball is a really funny gem. Of course, it starred Vince Vaughn, and it's a different sport movies. I mean, every sport movies you see... Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, every sport movies you see will be with like football, baseball, basketball. There's barely movies about dodgeball, so it was pretty cool to see like a different sport, like a sport movie that features a different sport. And Dodgeball, a true underdog story, is a really awesome gem. I mean, it also had Justin Long. There's a pretty funny cameo by Chuck Norris. Yeah, also Ben Stiller's real wife, Christine Taylor, was also featured in this. It's a really funny movie, and I've been hearing for a while that they're supposed to be doing a sequel. God knows if that's ever gonna happen, but if you guys haven't seen Dodgeball by now, give it a go. It's really funny. Alright, coming in at number 5 will be Scotty and Hutch. Now, this is, of course, a big screen remake of the TV show. And kind of a spoiler for the movie, but the original stars of the TV show makes cameo appearances in this. And Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson plays the two title roles. You even had Vince Vaughn as the villain. Kind of funny in that in Dodgeball, which had Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller was the villain in that. And in Scotty and Hutch, which had Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn is the villain in this. So I always found that to be funny. And Snoop Dogg as Huggy Bear. I said seriously one of my favorite supporting comedy characters. And it was also directed by it was directed by Todd Phillips, Todd Phillips, who's of course directing the new Joker movie. He did a pretty good job at directing. Man, too bad Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson never went ahead and do a sequel to this. Because I always thought that Scotty and Hutch was worthy for a sequel. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen the Scotty and Hutch movie, I think it's completely a funny gem. Lots of people don't really like it, but I kind of dug it. Alright, coming in at number 4 will be Meet the Parents, which of course starred Ben Stiller with Robert De Niro. It's really funny. I mean, the Meet the Parents movies, they're harmless, There's also Meet the Fockers, Low Fockers is pretty funny. And come on, there's of course some of these movies have some pretty funny lines in it. I mean, especially by Robert De Niro when his character goes, "I got nipples. Can you milk me?" Oh man. To change subject here on SNL, there. Wait, let me pull up something. On SNL, Ben Stiller played Micah Cohen, and Robert De Niro played. Wait, let me. Pull something. What did Robert De Niro play again? Oh wait, De Niro played Robert Mueller, and they were doing the testimony with each other, and they were kind of inside the lines, the lines from meet meet the parents. If you guys haven't seen that SNL skit, I'll probably leave a link to the description below for that. It's a really funny one, and Ben Stiller as Michael Cohen, pretty funny. Oh, and you know what? Just all right. Back to Meet the Parents now. But yeah, Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers and Little Fockers are really funny. And I'll be down to see a fourth one, but I'm not sure if that will ever happen. But who knows? Maybe it will one day. Because these are really funny films. All right, coming in at number 3 would be There's Something About Mary. This is such a funny gem, and I mean it has some pretty funny scenes. Who don't remember that hair gel scene? Not gonna spoil it because I don't know how many people haven't seen. Oh, There's Something About Mary. But if you guys seen the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. It just has something to do with hair gel. I'm just gonna show there. And this film also was directed by the Farrelly brothers, and it also had Matt Dillon and Cameron Diaz. It's a really funny romantic comedy. Stiller was good. Dillon was also pretty good. Diaz was amazing. Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't seen There's Something About Mary yet, this is another Ben Stiller movie worth checking out. All right, coming in at number 2, Tropic Thunder. This is one of my favorite comedies of the last 10 years. Ben Stiller directed this. He also starred in it. I mean, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr. was all amazing. Tom Cruise as Les Grossman, I simply loved. Tropic Thunder is just downright funny. I don't think it'll ever get made today, because if that movie was made today, people find that movie offensive. But yeah, Tropic Thunder is just awesome. Too bad we haven't gotten like a sequel to it, but I can't see why we're not gonna get a sequel to this, because there is some stuff in Tropic Thunder that, like I said, will make a lot of people be offensive. But I mean, yeah, if you guys haven't seen Tropic Thunder by now, give it a go. And Ben Stiller as the role of Simple Jack, just hysterical. Alright, coming in at number 1 will be Zoolander. I mean, Zoolander is, a comedy about the fashion world, just hysterical. And Ben Stiller as Zoolander, such a funny character. You even also had Owen Wilson, who worked with Stiller a whole lot of times. Will Ferrell as the villain was pretty good. You had a few cameos by David Bowie. Had a little cameo in this. Zoolander is really funny, and I gotta say, I didn't mind Zoolander 2. It just wasn't as funny as the first one. But I'm actually just going to go plain old Zoolander 1. It's funny, has a pretty good villain but with Will Ferrell. It's a really good one. I mean, if you guys still haven't seen Zoolander by now, check it out. It's a really another good Stiller film worth watching. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my 10 favorite Ben Stiller movies. Let me do the quick rundown. 10. The Watch. 9. Tower Heist. 8. Madagascar. 7. Night at the Museum. 6. Dodgeball. 5. Scotty and Hutch. 4. Meet the Parents. 3. There's Something About Mary. 2. Tropic Thunder. 1. Zoolander. Now, he's been in loads of other stuff. For my honorable mentions, I'll probably say Secret Life of Walter Mitty is pretty good. Along Came Polly is actually not that bad. He was in Heavyweights. Anyone remember Heavyweights? Zoolander 2. Brad's Status was pretty good. Cable Guy. Y'all need to check out the Meyerowitz stories with him and Adam Sandler. That was a pretty good one. Royal Tenenbaums. Mystery Man. While We're Young is good. Greenberg. Now, besides straight up comedies, Ben Stiller could show that he could do more than just straight up comedies. I mean, the miniseries that he's directing is not even a comedy. It's straight up drama. So, Ben Stiller always shows that he's a really good actor. And, yeah, it's always nice to see him tackle more stuff than just straight up comedies. But, yeah, that's pretty much all. Let me leave it to you guys. What are your favorite Ben Stiller movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.